Hi there, this is a dev of JK Robots. I got a bug report today and I decided to make a video of everything that I fixed. So look at the shaded area where the action button in the second camera is, and when I start to mess around with the resolution, you'll notice that the action buttons go over in this case because I already half fixed it over the camera, and that's no good. So there were two problems. The first is that the action buttons were of lower priority, so they clipped underneath, so now they're of higher priority. The second thing was that the camera window wasn't moving with it. And that was like, I did that like years ago, or like over a year ago. So I just unchecked top level and I kind of fixed it. Oops. So now you can see that when you mess around, the second camera now moves with the window. The second issue was that when you clicked on an object, you didn't know what the distance ability was. And I guess the reason for it is I play without it. That's just how I play. So I decided to make it a setting. So if you go to settings, you could check or uncheck, do you want the distance halos? And now all the units have it, except the cannon and artillery. And the reason is because they have a really long range, and I find it's just a distraction. The other thing is I was just messing around with the halo. Right now it's this kind of green sphere or circle. You could also have kind of like a green circle with an outside being red. I don't know which one's better, but I could change to the second one. So I was just playing around with it if there's a request to change it. So apparently the vacuum truck had near unlimited range, and I'm like, really? And I tested, and sure enough, it did. I'm like, how come this is happening? I don't get it. So originally the vacuum truck just worked with trees, and then later on I'm like, well, anything you could grab, I'll use the vacuum truck. So if we look at the code, you'll notice that there's one if statement out of place, and that's why. It was actually pretty funny when I saw it. Whoops. In any case, that's fixed. So there is a bug that when you try to put lasers on the tower, when you click on the top of the tower, it doesn't know to do that, only when you click on the bottom. And the reason is I use the wrong function call. I have a call for both picking something on the ground and doing raycasting, and I did clicking on the ground. If you're clicking on the top of the tower, you're actually clicking on the ground behind the tower. So I just changed the function call and everything worked. The next comment was on the power meter, and if we take a look, you see the power meter on the left side, the battery icon, that will gradually drain. You'll also see a number of the percentage on the top there. So you can see I'm moving the units around, the power is going down. So with these units, they hardly draw power, so there's no reason to display it on the screen, but let's look at the tank. So if we look, the tank has this green band around it. That is showing that it is in full power and gradually goes to yellow and then to red. And I think the mistake I made was that the scaling was off, that it takes too long to go to yellow. So I basically increased the scaling, so I think yellow is maybe like 30%, you start to see it. So hopefully that fixes that. Another possible solution is to go from green to blue to yellow to red, maybe, something like that. You could leave a suggestion, maybe I could try that. And this is a tutorial. The right camp is actually too powerful for one tank, so it's going to get drained. You're supposed to go to the left camp first, pick up a tank, recharge it, and then take that tank camp on. Everything is visual, even the decoy, so we're going to put some decoys up. The front windshield, those are, again, solid green if it's full power, and we'll put like a half power one. You can see it's already orange. And notice that the robot hearts, they're beating, and they go from green to red as you're hitting them. And when they're about to destroy, they go full size red and they sparkle. The reason why I don't have power bars over especially the robots is if we take a look here, there's just going to be too many of them. So there's just going to be too many power bars. For the tanks, I could put power bars that are a bit larger, but I kind of think that I think it's visible enough, but I could always make the outline bigger, I guess. So yeah, let me know. Offer any suggestions and I'll try implementing them and see what happens. So thanks to the person who sent in the bug report. I play this game a certain way, so sometimes I don't notice these bugs, and I know certainly the players will. So I'm very dependent on having people send bug reports in, so thanks a lot for doing that. And certainly I'm going to fix them as soon as I can. And if you have any suggestions, stuff you want implemented, I'm very happy to implement new things, try them out, that kind of thing, so feel free to send them in. In any case, thanks for watching.